Power outages can be inconvenient, frustrating, and sometimes even dangerous. Whether caused by severe weather, technical failures, or unexpected grid issues, losing electricity disrupts our daily routines and leaves us scrambling to adapt. While most of us focus on what to do during a blackout, like finding flashlights or preserving food, what happens after the power comes back on is just as important. In fact, the moments following a power outage can be critical for your safety, your home, and your appliances. Many people unknowingly make mistakes after the power is restored, which can lead to costly repairs, health risks, or even another outage. From overloading circuits to mishandling food safety, these missteps are surprisingly common but entirely avoidable. That's why we've compiled this essential guide to help you navigate the aftermath of a power outage with confidence and caution. In this video, we'll uncover the top 10 things you should never do after a power outage. By avoiding these pitfalls, you can protect your home, your family, and your wallet. So before you flip every switch back on or dive into your fridge, take a moment to read through these crucial tips. Your future self will thank you. 1. Never go near downed power lines. This one's simple. Stay away from downed power lines. Period. It doesn't matter if they look harmless or aren't sparking, assume they're live and deadly. A single touch can result in severe burns, permanent injury, or instant death by electrocution. Electricity is unforgiving, and you don't get a second chance to learn this lesson. Downed power lines are especially dangerous because they can energize the ground around them, and that means even standing too close could put you at risk. Water, metal, and even tree branches in contact with the wire can conduct electricity, turning them into lethal hazards. If you see a downed line, don't play detective or try to move it yourself. This isn't the time to be a hero. Instead, call your local utility company or emergency services immediately. They're trained to handle these situations safely. Keep others away from the area, especially children and pets, who might not understand the danger. If the line is blocking a road or driveway, resist the urge to drive over it. Your car's tires might insulate you, but why take the risk? Bottom line, downed power lines are not your problem to fix. Stay far away, report it, and let the professionals handle it. 2. Stop using candles as your go-to light source. Candles might seem like a charming old-school solution during a power outage, but they're a disaster waiting to happen. Sure, they provide light, but they also bring an unnecessary fire hazard into your home. One accidental nudge, a curious pet, or a gust of wind, and you've got a full-blown fire on your hands. The National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, reports that candles are one of the leading causes of home fires. Do you really want to add that risk to an already stressful situation? Probably not. Instead, invest in safer, more reliable alternatives like flashlights, battery-powered lanterns, or even headlamps. These options are brighter, longer lasting, and won't burn your house down if you forget about them. Keep a stash of extra batteries on hand so you're not scrambling in the dark. If you absolutely must use candles, place them on a stable, non-flammable surface, far away from curtains, furniture, or anything else that could catch fire. Never leave them unattended and blow them out before you leave the room. But honestly, why bother with candles at all when there are so many safer options? In short, candles are romantic, but they're not practical. Ditch them for something that won't turn your blackout into a blaze. 3. Stop opening the fridge like it's business as usual. When the power goes out, your fridge and freezer become ticking time bombs for food spoilage. Every time you open the door, you let cold air escape, speeding up the process. If you're constantly peeking inside to check on things, you're basically inviting your groceries to spoil faster. Here's the deal. A refrigerator can keep food cold for about 4 hours if unopened, while a freezer can maintain its temperature for up to 48 hours, 24 hours if it's half full. But that's only if you leave the doors shut. Opening them repeatedly ruins this buffer, and before you know it, you're tossing out everything from milk to meat. To keep your food safe, plan ahead. Use a cooler with ice packs for items you need to access frequently, like drinks or snacks. This way you're not opening the fridge every 5 minutes. If you suspect the outage will last a while, consider freezing bottles of water to help maintain the cold temperature inside. Once the power is back, check the food carefully. If anything smells off or has been above 40 DEF for more than 2 hours, throw it out. Don't gamble with your health. Foodborne illnesses are no joke. In summary, treat your fridge like a vault during a power outage. Keep it closed, keep it cold, and stop sabotaging your own food supply. 4. Don't operate generators indoors or in enclosed spaces. If the idea of poisoning yourself slowly while trying to restore power sounds appealing, go ahead and run your generator indoors. Otherwise, don't be that person. Generators release carbon monoxide, a deadly, odorless gas that will kill you without you even noticing. This isn't an exaggeration. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, reports numerous deaths every year because people didn't think twice before firing up their generator in their garage, basement, or even close to open windows. What's at risk? Carbon monoxide poisoning doesn't announce itself. It sneaks up on you with symptoms like dizziness, nausea, and confusion. Before you realize what's happening, you could pass out, and the consequences are often fatal. What's even scarier? You might not only harm yourself, but anyone else in the building. How to use a generator safely. Take it outside. Always. Place your generator at least 20 feet away from your home to minimize any risk of carbon monoxide seeping in through windows or vents. Use compatible extension cords. Improper cords can overheat, sparking fires. Stick to heavy-duty, grounded cords rated for outdoor use. Invest in a carbon monoxide detector. If you're insistent on flirting with danger by placing the generator near your home, at least connect detectors that can alert you to rising CO levels. Your power outage inconvenience isn't worth dying over. Brutal but true. Treat generators with the caution they demand. 5. Don't ignore electrical damage or burnt smells. You notice a faint burnt smell but dismiss it as nothing. Big mistake. That subtle odor could be the precursor to an electrical fire, and brushing it off could be one of the worst things you do. Post-power outage? Your home's electrical system isn't guaranteed to bounce back unscathed. Surges, short circuits, and fried wiring are common, and they can make your system a ticking time bomb. Why should you be concerned? Electrical fires often start small and catch people off guard. By the time you smell or notice something is off, it might already be too late. Damaged wiring can overheat, spark fires, or even deliver electrical shocks if you attempt a DIY fix. What you need to do: cut the power. The first thing you should do if you suspect electrical damage is turn off the main electricity supply to your home. Don't take chances with "maybe it's fine." Don't play electrician. Unless you're a licensed pro, don't touch the wiring. One wrong move and you're not just risking property damage, you're endangering lives. Call a licensed electrician immediately to inspect the entire system for hidden hazards. Pay attention to warning signs. Burnt smells, flickering lights, buzzing sounds near outlets, these are all red flags. Don't wait for sparks to fly, take immediate action. Ignoring electrical damage isn't just careless, it's reckless. The time and money spent getting an electrician to check everything is significantly cheaper than repairing a house fire. Don't gamble here. When in doubt, call it out. 6. Don't drink tap water without checking its safety. Maybe it's habit or maybe it's convenience, but reaching for the tap after a power outage without considering water safety could be a big mistake. When outages hit, the systems that keep your water clean might get compromised. A water treatment plant could lose power, or pressure changes could allow contaminants to leak into the supply. The result? You might end up drinking water that's crawling with bacteria, chemicals, or worse. The risks of unsafe water and intestinal issues are just the start if you consume tainted water. E. coli, Giardia, and other pathogens can lead to severe illness, hospitalization, or worse. Think about what even a small amount of contaminated water could do to a child or someone with a weakened immune system. They're even more vulnerable. How to stay safe. Boil water before use. Bring water to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute to kill harmful pathogens. It's simple, yet effective. Switch to bottled water. When in doubt, grab a bottle of sealed, store-bought water. It's the safest option if you suspect the municipal supply. Stay updated through local alerts. Pay attention to advisories from local officials or your water provider. If they say to boil your water or avoid it altogether, listen. Don't add getting sick to your power outage woes. Even if your water looks crystal clear, remember, contaminants are often invisible. It's better to boil, filter, or buy fresh water than to risk gut-wrenching consequences. Literally. Your thirst can wait a few extra minutes if it means safeguarding your health. 7. Don't leave electronics plugged in. Think leaving your electronics plugged in after the power goes out is harmless? Think again. The moment power is restored, there's a risk of power surges, a sudden spike in voltage that can fry your expensive devices beyond repair. Surge protectors aren't guaranteed to save you every time either. If your electronics suffer damage, you're looking at steep replacement costs and major disruptions to your life. That's at risk. Here's the cold, hard truth. Anything you leave plugged in during a power outage is a sitting duck. Power surges often occur when electricity is restored, as systems stabilize and grids come back online. Televisions, gaming consoles, computers, and even appliances like refrigerators can all suffer permanent damage. First, faulty wiring or overloaded systems during a surge can lead to electrical fires, putting everyone at risk. Best practices: unplug everything. Take the few extra minutes during an outage to unplug non-essential electronic devices. It's a small step that could save you thousands of dollars. Invest in surge protectors. While they aren't foolproof, modern surge protectors with proper voltage ratings can minimize risks to your equipment. Wait before plugging back in. Don't rush to reconnect devices the second the power returns. Give it at least 10-15 minutes to ensure the grid has stabilized, and avoid using high-voltage appliances like air conditioners or dryers until you are absolutely sure. Being lazy about this could cost you big. Whether it's a lost fridge full of food or critical work data on your computer, it's better to play it safe and unplug. 8. Don't forget to check on neighbors or vulnerable individuals. Don't make the mistake of thinking a power outage affects everyone equally. It doesn't. The elderly, people with disabilities, and those with medical conditions relying on powered medical equipment can face life-threatening challenges. If you're only focused on your own situation, you might be leaving others in your community to face avoidable dangers alone. Why it matters. Power outages can mean more than just a dark house for vulnerable individuals. Without electricity, those relying on oxygen machines, refrigeration for medication, or other critical devices could find themselves in a medical crisis. On top of that, extreme weather or extended outages can lead to dangerous conditions like heat waves and freezing temperatures, which are especially hard on seniors or those unable to travel for aid. What you can do? Check on neighbors. Take a minute to knock on doors, especially if you know someone who might need help. A quick visit might uncover a need for blankets, water, or even medical assistance. Share resources. If someone doesn't have power for medical equipment or heat, offer backup power through generators, used safely of course, or bring them to your home if you can. Call for help. If someone's in a dangerous situation and you can't assist, call local authorities or emergency services. Most communities have disaster protocols in place to support at-risk populations. Ignoring the people around you is not an option. You wouldn't want to find out too late that someone needed help and you didn't offer it. 9. Don't drive through flooded streets or intersections. Power outages often come with storms that leave streets flooded. And here's the harsh reality about flooded roads and powerless traffic signals. Your car is not a submarine. You won't get brownie points for bravery for plowing through rising water, but you might get stuck, swept away, or worse. Splashing through waterlogged roads isn't just careless, it's stupid. Here's why. When the power is out, traffic lights stop working. Combine that with heavy rain or poor visibility, and you've got a recipe for disaster. Flooded streets might look manageable on the surface, but hidden dangers, like potholes, washed-out pavement, or deeper than expected water, can leave you stranded or destroy your vehicle. Worse, if your car gets submerged, the electrical system might fail, trapping you inside. How to handle it safely? Turn around. Don't risk it. It's simple. Don't drive through water if you can't see the road beneath it. 6 inches of water can knock over a pedestrian. Just 12 inches can sweep away most cars. Obey emergency advisories. If officials say it's unsafe to travel, heed their warnings. Prioritize your safety over convenience. Treat blacked-out intersections as four-way stops. No traffic lights? Slow down, stop, and yield to avoid collisions. You're not invincible, and your car isn't indestructible. Driving through flooded or darkened intersections isn't just risky, it's downright reckless. Don't do it. 10. Don't assume the power is fully restored immediately. When the lights flicker back on, it's natural to want to jumpstart your routine. But here's the bad news. Just because the power is back doesn't mean it's here to stay. Intermittent outages, weak surges, and grid instability are common right after massive outages. Plugging in appliances and resuming normal activities straight away isn't just impractical, it's a bad idea. What's the risk? Electrical systems take time to stabilize after an outage, and jumping the gun with power-heavy appliances can overload your home's system. Lights might work, but the voltage may still fluctuate in the background, causing damage to equipment, motors, or systems that require steady supply. How to tackle it smartly? Wait it out. Give the grid some breathing room instead of immediately turning your home into Grand Central Station. Avoid plugging in or turning on heavy appliances, at least an hour after initial power restoration. Inspect before use. Check for flickering lights, buzzing noises, or tripped breakers before you declare the power fully restored. These are signs of instability or minor electrical damage. Follow updates. Listen to announcements from your utility provider to confirm when the power is truly stable and safe to use. Jumping back into full-blown electricity consumption can lead to damaged appliances, another outage, or even safety hazards. Don't risk it. Wait until you're certain the power situation is fully sorted. Final thoughts. No power? No problem. Unless you're careless. The aftermath of an outage isn't the time for shortcuts, laziness, or selfishness. Whether it's your electronics, your neighbors, flooded streets, or unstable power restoration, the choices you make matter. A little patience and precaution can save you from massive headaches or worse.